Shri Ram Krishna. We are taking this course on meditation. It will be a series of classes in an ascending order. We start with the basics. How to sit down. Now, many people will say, oh, what's the use of knowing how to sit? We all sit. No. Sitting down for meditation is slightly different. The first thing is, why sit down at all? Well, the scriptures say meditation is possible in a sitting posture. And then, well, any posture could be a sitting posture. Because the person is compared to the immobile earth. One becomes still, one becomes perfectly rooted, as it were, in the earth. And for that, there is something called the asana, meditation. We say asana, it's that mat. That is called an asana. But this asana, this is called posture. And the perfect posture is generally how we keep our neck, the head, and the back straight. Now, ideally, one should follow the curve of the spine. Why is that possible? You cannot think too high or deep thoughts with your chest caved in, as it were. This is a sign of attention. This is also a sign of health. This is also a sign of strength. The asana, the posture, seating posture, actually helps one to build strength and also increases one's health. After sitting like this, or as we know, there is something called the Virasana. It's like this. This is actually a perfect alignment of the spinal cord. You can take it from the side. If you see it from the side, your spine is perfectly aligned. The problem is you can't sit down too long on your, you can say, knees for too long. So that's the reason why we are asked to sit down in a comfortable position. Now, those who will be sitting down using a chair, I would advise the chair should be straight backed, firm. Try to avoid sitting down on a sofa. That's very soft. That will make you comfortable. That will make your spine bend. And if you have no choice, but you have to sit on a sofa, then don't lean back on the sofa. Try to sit down straight like this. This is called a Vajrasana. Vajra is the thunderbolt asana. It makes you feel strong, and it makes you feel, you can say, very powerful. But for those who would like to sit down on a seat, on the asana, I would recommend something like this, where you use a slightly higher cushion than the cushion that you're using. This will keep the butt firm and the legs, etc., on this asana. We are kind of used to sitting on a flat asana. So I'll sit down like this. Now, the idea is also, when we sit down like this, the weight of your body is transferred right down here to the ribs, and it spreads down through your thighs onto the ground. Why is this important? Yeah, the weight is distributed, and so you don't feel that weight. what happens is, mainly if the posture is incorrect, you will feel the body. And that is a problem. You will be more or less meditating on the body, which should never be. The body should be very kind of vaguely on the fringes of your consciousness. We will explain why it needs to be so. So when we are meditating, one needs to meditate on the object of meditation, not on one's body. This has to be made extremely clear. The reason is, meditation is an extremely dynamic process. So when we are sitting down like this, or even you cup your right hand in your left, this is the ideal position, or you could keep it like this. The idea is the spinal cord should be free. As the Bhagavad Gita also says, samam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam stiram. Hold the back, the neck, and the head in a straight line, and don't move after that. So we tend to sit down in a position where the weight of the body is distributed on the ground. This is important because at times when we try to sit down, we might place all our weight of the body on the ankles or on one or two parts, and that will give you cramps. After 5 minutes or 7 minutes, you will feel a pain, and then the legs will start getting cramped. We don't want that to happen. We want your posture to be firm and pleasant. As the Yoga Sutra says, posture is that which is firm and pleasant. And why? For that is possible, as Patanjali says, where one can think of the infinite. When we are sitting down, your body feels rooted down there on the earth, as it were, while your head should feel as if it is reaching the clouds. It is as high as the heavens. This will make the posture firm, thinking of the infinite. Now, when we say, why is this even necessary to feel so expanded? Yes, meditation will succeed more faster when we have a conception of ourselves as vast, unlimited. If you think yourself very small, you're going to have trouble. Your meditation will be a drag. Meditation will be a kind of a, it's a task. Meditation should be joyous. Meditation should be part of your nature, as it were. And this is what we need to understand. So we'll take this course up 10 classes every Wednesday, 10 a.m. local time, and we'll graduate from one stage to another, one level to another, higher and higher. Posture is the key. Let me remind you, the posture is the key to good meditation. Now, when we sit down to meditate, we have something called the spinal cord, which are nothing is, the spinal column, as we know, is bones, those funny shaped bones placed one over the other with those holes running right through, and which runs through those spinal cord, which is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. We actually are not interested in the physical spinal cord so much, but we are more interested in something which is at the back of it. Most of you have seen these filters, osmosis, these filters that uh, go from one semi-permeable material to the other side, from one side to the other. You know what happened? Your spinal column is here. Inside it is a spinal cord, so the bunch of nerves running up and down. And here is something called your psychic energy. Please remember this. This is the psychic energy that is flowing down onto your body through the spinal cord. So it's like this. This is your spinal cord, and within this, the spinal, those bunch of nerves, and this is exactly behind your, placed behind or near your spinal cord, is your psychic centers. These psychic centers, or the various chakras or the various lotus, are not in the physical body. Many people think, oh, they are in the physical body. No, they are placed somewhere slightly behind. They are subtle centers, and they, as it were, ooze. Or as we say in quantum, you can say in science, we have something called the quantum tunneling. Electrons from one side, they go and tunnel into the other side. Even a thick wall does not stop the electron. So this psychic centers, these chakras, they, as it were, they ooze out through the spinal cord and the spinal cord and diffuses it all over your body. This has to be understood. Your conception of yourself will help meditation. You must think of yourself as not just your body. You are greater than your body. And not only that, greater, vaster, more powerful. You are that consciousness. So your psychic, you can say, energy flowing down the Ida and Pingala and Shushumna. We don't need to get into technicalities. So they flow and they ooze, that energy oozes out through your spinal cord, and that is diffused all over the body. And this is what actually has to be kept in mind when sitting down in a posture. That you are, by your posture, enabling that psychic energy, your subtle powers of the mind, to come and suffuse the body. The next thing has to be remembered is keep the body perfectly still. Now, why is that necessary? Why shouldn't I do something like this? No. While meditating, one has to be perfectly still. As one becomes perfectly still, the need for deep breathing diminishes. Your breathing becomes shallow. As the breathing becomes shallow, your mind becomes calmer. So the best way to control your breath and you control your mind also is to be perfectly still in a sitting posture. Like I said, those who will use the chair to sit down can do so and should do so if they have any spinal problems or any other problems in the back or muscular or anything. Don't injure it further. So use a chair, a straight back chair hard. Don't lean on the backrest. Keep yourself balanced on the chair and keep your body, the neck and the head in a straight line and meditate. And even there, try to be as perfectly still as possible. This is the key to an asana. You know, the asana, the posture, is the key to meditation. And the key to the meditation posture is you should be perfectly still. The moment you become perfectly still, all the energies which are running down through your nerves, they flow in a perfect rhythm. Now, from the standpoint of yoga, that is, there are lot of meridians running through all your bodies. There are 5 year, they run in the 5 year, they cross over here and they can diffuse here. They circulate. So this prana energy is circulating all across the body. The more we can let them flow easily, the more we remove obstructions, the better is your meditation. This is important. Your body is the first obstruction that has to be kept in a position where it does not obstruct you. The second obstruction to meditation is the flow of energy, which, as we know, is nothing but the nerve impulses of the nerve running all through us. Or if you want to have a deeper insight into that from the yogic standpoint, it are these channels of prana, nadis they are called. These nadis run all over the body, and as they are flowing smoothly, your meditation becomes even better. The third thing has to be understood: as these energies or this prana is flowing through the body, what happens is they can become controlled very easily. They become calm. When they are in a rhythm, first the rhythm, then the calmness comes, then they can be focused. And this is actually what is required. You must be able to focus all the energies in one particular spot. And this can be done by simply sitting down perfectly still. The next step, what we do is, after sitting down, when you keep your eyes half closed, this is called, Sri Ramakrishna says, Vishnu Yoga. When you completely close your eyes, it is called Shiva Yoga. We will take both of this, both Vishnu Yoga and Shiva Yoga, which is kind of, it's important for different types of meditation. As we sit down still, one must do a resolve. It's called a Sankalpa. Don't start your meditation without a resolve. The first resolve is, I am going to control my mind, or I'm going to think of God, or I am a part of the divine, or I am that self, the Atman. Anything that is elevating, that needs one to focus on that particular direction. Resolve gives us direction. So never start your meditation without resolving something in your mind, some higher ideal. What are you doing this for? Why is this activity? I'm doing it for this. Do a sankalpa. Then Swami Vivekananda says, never start meditating immediately after sitting down. Wait. Sit down for a while. Let the energies settle down in the body. Let them flow slowly. And just keep a calm look. Feel the body, as it were. Feel the whole of this body. And now inspire yourself, or think that the body is extremely powerful. See, without this, you will start feeling weak, you'll start feeling drowsy. The moment you sit down, make a resolve, and then sit quietly and feel the body. How do you feel the body? Well, the sense of touch is all over the place. Use that, and now inspire yourself, or feel that the body is powerful. It's like a thunderbolt, you know. And the heart should be like a thunderbolt. Your body should be like a thunderbolt. Your muscles and nerves should be like steel. Feel the strength oozing out into you or arising inside you. The body is a tremendous instrument. Yes, but at that level, it's going to help you. Later on, you will have to transcend the idea of a body and the feeling of the body also. But you can transcend that idea of the body with a body that's weak, that's not properly sitting down. So we sit down straight, sit down like this, or Shri Ramakrishna says like this, the left, uh, your left palm like this upwards, put your right palm like this, and sit down. And or Shri Ramakrishna in one place says those who are doing bhakti, they can sit down like this also. But sitting down like this for a long time will give you a kind of a ache on the shoulder blades. So it's sitting like this, sitting like this, sitting like this. The idea is each person has his or her own style of sitting. Use that, be comfortable in your posture, and the best thing to remember is keep everything straight. Feel the strength in your body, and then we will. So this is the first series, of the class, the first level, and we will be taking the next class will be next Wednesday on willpower, increasing willpower. Meditation is nothing but the exercise of the will, and if you can do that, it's wonderful. Generally, we have a very weak willpower, but through that practice, which is part of a breathing exercise, we will take up the next step. We will stop here for now for any questions that we would like.
Okay, there are questions. I'm just gonna mute them. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Tell them that I'm gonna
Namaste,
unmute them for
Swamiji.
questions.
Yeah, you will be
My-
those who want to ask questions. I mean, who are first come first serve. They will be unmuted. You say your question, please, and put on the video. Let me look at you.
Can you see me?
Okay, just ask for mute.
Can you
You
see,
could
see and
use
hear me, Swamiji?
a simple chat also message.
Can you hear me, Swamiji?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. So my name is Mansi Pujari, and I've been meditating for maybe 1 or 2 years, not regularly, but on few days. So what I observe is when I sit for meditation and after say 5-10 minutes, I'm sitting straight at the start, but after 5-10 minutes, my neck starts dropping down. I'm conscious, but my neck starts dropping down, and then it starts going like around any direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and then it will stay like this. And throughout, like till the end of meditation, my neck will be like this. And if there is any sound, then I'll come back. Otherwise, after some time, I'll be aware of, okay, now I was meditating, and then I'll come back and stop the
Yeah,
meditation.
you know what? I'll tell you. As we proceed, you will find that another big obstacle for meditation is sleep. You get into a kind of a drowsy state, torpor. Why does it become? See, because when you are alert, you understand, when you're alert, you are still. There's no movement. The moment your body becomes flaccid, that means there is a slight, you can see drowsiness coming, a slight torpor coming in. That has to be stopped. That has to be obstructed. I will teach you the methods how to get. But the neck should be still. Don't let it go like this or like this or like this. No. That will disrupt your whole meditative practice. So I want you, as we keep on proceeding, I'll teach you how the method. You will have to sit down straight and like this. Never let your never let your head go down like this. That means there is that process of meditation, which is supposed to be very dynamic, is dynamic, has become passive. You got this, Manasi?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
So
understood your point.
it is, you will have to keep alert. The moment your head goes down, you will find you have actually fallen into a passive state, a drowsy state, or it's a kind of torpor. You'll have
Okay.
to rouse yourself up and keep away. For that, I will teach you all how to do meditation in splits. Okay, say 15 minutes, take a break of 2 minutes, and then again take another 15 minutes of meditation, take a 2-minute break. So that will keep on, like like these athletes, they do that splits, running training. This will be a kind of a training. So we'll do a 15-minute, take a break for 2 minutes, again 15 minutes, take a break for 2 minutes, and that will disrupt your sleep. Because the moment you sit down to meditate, what happens is the body knows, oh, nothing to be done. So what has to be done? Fall asleep.
Mhm.
See, when the mind is slightly calm just before falling asleep at night, yeah, the mind is slightly calm, and then you fall asleep. Similarly, the mind becomes slightly calm, and then what? You fall asleep. So we will be asking you to focus on certain objects and all, and we will help you to uh, come out of that sleep pattern. But for now, keep the neck extremely straight as you meditate. Any next question?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got your point. So I'll just quickly say that I'm not falling asleep actually. I don't feel I feel actually fresh, but it's just that my neck starts moving, but I am very fresh and I I don't know, but maybe I'll see if it's like
Yeah,
the
you know what?
drowsiness.
As the spinal cord is straight, energy moves up and down. It does not need to be disrupted.
Okay.
It has to flow towards the head.
Yes.
And if it is flowing towards the head, it will make your body straight. Suppose I tell you, Manasi, you have got $1 million in lottery. What? Suddenly you become straight, isn't it? That is the sign of attention. The moment I
Okay.
say, oh, Manasi, you've got $1 million in the lottery,
Mm-hmm.
oh, then I'll know that you're not attentive. So attention means that energy is flowing down the spine. Okay,
Okay.
we take this up slowly. We are sure that we will be able to cure that
Sure.
at least.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next,
Pranam Maharaj, it's Manish here from
Yeah.
London. Maharaj, you mentioned about the right palm being on the left palm.
Yes.
Is there a significance of having the right over left and not the other
There
way
is
around?
actually no significance. Only those meridians which are running around all through you, they
Mhm.
also run down your arms. Yes? That's why you have in acupuncture or acupressure, you know, we have those particular points, on
The
the palm.
wendings. Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is the meridians that flow down from here are again brought up back again here. You form a circuit of energy. So tomorrow, next Wednesday, we'll talk about how to make your body into a battery. You know, because electricity is nothing but, you can say, what runs through your nerves. So we'll make your body into a battery. Okay. So wait
Okay.
till next.
Thank you. And one second thing, I think it's something similar, not exactly the same, like Mansi had, like, you know, and sometimes, and I normally meditate on the chair because I have trouble sitting down on the floor and my
Oh, doesn't
legs
matter.
go numb,
Yeah.
numb and all. But sometimes I've kind of noticed that, like, you know, instead of like being, I'm still straight, but I kind of tend to bend forward. Rather than just like, you know, when I start the meditation, I'm like, you know, being more conscious and being like really straight. But sometimes I do feel like, you know, I might have been
Sri
bending forward.
Ramakrishna used to be very careful about how his disciples used to meditate. He used to send his disciples to meditate and then go and check on them. And then he used to tell them, you see, you lean slightly in the front, or you lean slightly at the side. Don't. He used to go and correct the posture. In Zen monasteries, Zen Buddhist monasteries, you have a Zen master that goes around correcting postures, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And there you find that everybody is sitting down perfectly still. If you're sitting on the chair also, don't lean. That is, the body has become flaccid. The
Right.
muscles, yeah. So keep still, keep still. And as I was telling Manasi that we will make these splits, 15 minutes split, 15 or 20 minutes, and then you'll get okay with that. Okay.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Maharaj.
Anything else?
Yes.
No, that'll be it. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah.
We have
Hi, Swamiji. This is Abhishek. I have 3 questions. Okay, I'm from UK. The first question is, what is the best time for meditation? The second one is, how long should I meditate? And the third one is, how many times in a day I need to meditate?
Okay. The best time is the mornings and the evenings, the Sandhya, Sunday, when when night passes in the morning, or the day passes into night. This is the. Now, how long do you should meditate? It depends on one's capacity. It's very difficult to perfectly meditate for 1 hour. You might be sitting for 1 hour, but your meditation might be for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, because the mind wanders all over the place. Okay. So it depends on you, depends on your own capacity. How long can you sit down? I would say don't sit down too long and let the mind wander. I would ask you to sit down for half an hour. Half an hour. So how many times you meditate? Meditate at least 2 times a day, at least for you, because I know you will. So you meditate 2 times a day, and then later on, as you progress, you will find you can meditate for 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I would ask you to go for quality, not for quantity. Go for quality meditation. You sit down for 10 minutes or 15 minutes with quality time. That will help you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah.
okay. There is one question that she cannot go and ask, so I'm gonna ask for her. Sitting on a low chair, how should the legs be?
Swamiji, one small question. Mansi here again. So I am actually in Melbourne, Australia right now. I stay here and work here. So it's a morning time for us, fortunately.
Yeah.
So your 10 a.m. is 5 a.m. for us.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is like getting up in the morning, and first thing that I'm doing is attending this session. But what I've heard, like I've also done yoga teacher training course last year. So what I learned out of it is, one of the things is that we should be doing asanas first, then pranayam, and then it is very easy for our body to sit for a long time comfortably in a meditative pose. But that is not possible for me because it means that I have to get up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. No, you don't worry. You can condense the king of all asanas is actually this,
Okay.
the meditation asana. If you can do this, all asanas are included in this. Secondly, we will be taking up not pranayama, but nadi shuddhis and all these things.
Yeah.
So the meditation itself is actually the king of all pranayama and all asanas.
Mhm.
In meditation, everything becomes the essence, the very core. So if you can meditate properly, you will not have to do so much of pranayama or so much of asanas.
Okay.
Got this? You're going to the very heart of yoga.
Okay.
So yeah, all the best. So we'll take this up slowly. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question was sitting on a low chair, how should the legs be?
Yeah. Now, if you're sitting on a low chair, uh, try to keep your legs something like this. Okay. Keep it something like this. So that will help you actually. If you can keep it also something like this, it doesn't matter. The main thing is to keep your spinal cord straight. That's what I'm interested in. If you're comfortable with slightly crossing your legs, do it. If you're comfortable slightly keeping it together, keep your feet together, do that. There's no. And yes, so slowly see that whichever position you keep your legs, there should be no cramps taking hold of your legs in the very beginning. At least after 15-20 minutes, your legs will start cramping. That is okay. And as you practice, you will find we are pushing your endurance limits.
No more questions?
Okay.
Sorry, Maharaj, just one last question that I had. How can I train myself to sit in the asana, the Vajrasana, the way you are sitting now?
This is just a sukhasana.
Sukhasana, okay.
Yeah.
How can I train myself rather than sitting on the chair?
You do simple sit-ups, 5 sit-ups or 10 sit-ups, and 5, you can say, push-ups. Or if that is too much, sit-ups and bend and touch your toes. And if you can't, then keep on keep on trying it, and then you will find you can do it. So these two things, 5 times or 10 times sit-ups, ordinary sit-ups, and touch your toes. Bend and touch your toes.
Without making my legs go numb or having
Oh,
pins
yes.
and needles.
Yeah. Do a little exercises.
Thank you,
Okay.
Maharaj.
We'll stop here for today, and we will meet again next Wednesday, 10 a.m. local time. And of course, you all have your different times there. Australia, it's 5 a.m. We'll take the next stage of a level of meditation, that is the development of the will power within us, which has to be done like the body has to be made into a battery, an electric battery. Okay, so we stop here for today. See you again next Wednesday. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you, Swamiji.
So, see you next